You have to understand YouTube is, it's all about transitioning and doing different things, okay? I can't stay stuck, I can't stay stiff, and I can't stay boring. That's why you have. Cause the way you're looking at me keeps driving me mad. Don't understand how you do it to me. I wanna go back, but I can't even sleep when you're next to me. Oh, I don't know how you do it. If I go too crazy, would you come and save me? I don't know how long I can go, taking it, taking it, taking it slow. If I go too crazy, well, hello. Happy Wednesday. Happy, I would say, as I used to say, happy hump day, okay? I hope everybody out there is doing good, doing great, blessed and staying productive. I'm doing good, doing great, blessed and staying productive, okay? I also want to say something. See how my mind just be, yeah. Um, oh yeah, I want to say thank you to everybody that listen to the video that I put out yesterday, basically of my writing, and that was HerSheMe. HerSheMe, it's me, okay? But I also said I put that out there because it can be relatable. You understand? There are so many of us dealing with so many issues, and I would go from like issues to different type of traumas. It can be something small, something not big, but something big and something really dramatic. You understand? That we all deal with, but sometimes we don't know how to identify it. And I would also say, with identifying it, we don't know how to recognize it. Or I would also say, we don't want to recognize it. You understand? Because some of us, I'm just being honest, want to walk around and, act as if I have no flaws. I have no baggage. I have absolutely nothing. I just have a clean slate. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing that I have to fix. There's nothing that I have to go back and look at because I am okay. And that's why I said in my video yesterday, not so. You understand? Because most of the time when we view and we look at those people like that to say, girl, I got it together. I'm doing, those are the worst ones. Those are the worst ones that's battling so many things. You understand? And then I was also reading the comments of a lot of y'all speaking about childhood, or basically, I would say still dealing with issues but not facing it. Or I would say some also is not facing it but don't know how to face it. Okay, don't know how to face it. But that's where when you go, when you want different, when you want change, when you want better, when you want to find your peace, when you want to break free, you understand, when you want to come out that cave, when you want to no longer be trapped, and you do all things to set yourself free, okay? And that's where I would say, that's where, even though I don't want to face it, or maybe it's too hard to face, but then I would question which would be the hardest, facing it or just leaving it tucked away, or I would say packed away. Because leaving it tucked away or packed away is able to come out at any time and hunt you. You understand? Hunt you in your strongest moments, in your strongest moments where sometimes it can break you and make you weak. But the worst part is if it come out in your weakest moments, then what you gonna do then? And then that's where you will also ask yourself, how long? How long am I going to just walk around with it and not recognize it to face it? You understand? How long? Or then I would question and say, well, how long have I did this? And how have I improved? You understand? Because then that's where I say I feel like it take a hold of your mental. You understand? And then emotionally. So I would always say Rafa, but y'all know if y'all go and y'all look up Rafa, Rafa is in tune with everything that I be saying. But when I was coming up to try to see how can I put recognize, acknowledge, face it, and address it, that's what came to me to say Rafa. And that's why I always say Rafa. And then I never heard of Rafa. But then when I went to go say, well, what does Rafa mean? It's entwined with everything that I speak. Okay, right. Um, Baggage, let go. Let go to feel better. You understand? I think the thing is so many of us, we try to bury things. We try to hold on to things without addressing them. Okay. And I know sometimes people tell you, hey, maybe you need to go talk to somebody. Maybe you do. But just trying to tuck it away and not deal with it is not the right way. Okay. It's not the right way. And I say that because I call my issues so small, but then sometimes they're not so small because then sometimes I'm throwing them into my day to day without even knowing it. You understand? Unless at some point I'm able to identify it to say, hold up, wait a minute. I wonder why do I feel this way? I wonder why do I act out because of this? I wonder why this hurts me. And then it all goes back to, you understand? So I feel like it's very important to recognize and face it. And I've seen a lot in the comments saying you have to recognize your past traumas, your issues. You have to. You have to. It's just no way around it. At some point, you have to. I will also say forgive. You understand? Be forgiving. Sometimes a lot of people is in different situations, but the things that they give or the things that they do, it's because they're dealing with their own issues and they're not facing their own issues. But at this moment, at this time, even though I am stepping up as myself and the better me to recognize and identify, I would say, and face and acknowledge and address, to release, I can also forgive you. You understand? Because maybe you're dealing with something that you can't identify. Maybe you dealing with a hurt, and that same hurt where they say hurt people hurt people. People that's broken wants to break somebody else. Somebody that's controlling wants to control somebody else. You understand? It's repeated cycles and patterns without even knowing, because we don't take the time out to take the lid off, open it up, see what I'm dealing with. I will also say open that book up, you know what I'm saying? Jump in those chapters and fix what needs to be fixed. You understand? But I don't want to fix it. But what I will do is I will dress it up and make it look good. You can't dress it up and make it look good, because there's going to be somebody out there to see through everything that you are dressing up to make look good. You understand? And then it goes, how much you going to put on? How much are you going to put on to try to take it away? When at the end of the day, you don't even have to put that much on if you just take time out to start facing the issues instead of dragging them along with you every day, in every situation, in every thought, in every decision. It's there. All right, y'all. So what's crazy yesterday, y'all? I haven't finished writing it out. I don't know if I want to write about it. I don't know if I want to come on here and actually just talk about it. I don't know. But I came up with my perfections of my imperfections allows me to love me as I am, even though I'm imperfect within my perfections. I would never be perfection, but will continue to love me just as I am within loving, within being imperfect. You understand? And then I would say is my true perfection. You understand? And then with that, I will also say sometimes in situations, and even when I go back and I say, okay, self esteem, not only low self esteem or just beating yourself up, not loving yourself for the person that you are, the person that you was created to be. Okay. And I would say in some situations, we all are created to be different, to look different, to sound different, to walk different. You understand? But some of us get caught up in different images than what we see, and we want the same thing or this and that. Or sometimes I may wake up and I am not okay with what I look like or what I'm given or whatever the case may be. But then that's where I have to say, no matter what, no matter how I'm feeling, no matter what I see, I have to love my imperfections because at the end of the day, I have to acknowledge no matter what I try to do, I will always be imperfect, but accepting of me being imperfect because that what makes me perfection. You understand? And that's where I also will go back and say that's why it's important to love yourself no matter what. No matter what. Because when you're dealing with some deep down issues, some unrooted issues that you just don't want to jump in and start to work on, then sometimes it can hit the outer appearance, I would say. You understand, just depending on how deep it is. And then that's where I go and I start picking myself apart of certain things about me I don't like, or certain things that I want to fix, or I want to look like that. I want to look like, but you are perfect. You are perfect within being imperfect. You understand? You are perfection within imperfection. But then that's where we get so caught up. We get so caught up with everything around us that think if I start to try to pick myself apart or actually try to fix the things that I don't like, that then I will feel perfect or I will see perfection. But the only thing that I will continue to identify is me being imperfect and imperfections. You understand? Never being whole, never being completely whole. And I think that goes with people too, dealing with certain things. We can work on to be whole, but we will never fully be whole because there is always something. You understand? Sometimes we work on kicking and getting over certain things, and then there's something else that creeps in or something else that we start to recognize that, oh, and I would say, and I would even throw that in, that it's just like your day to day life. We deal with life every day, even though we think that things around us and life is moving so smoothly. It's not. And this is probably kind of off subject, but I would say just like, let's talk about gas prices, okay? Gas prices going up. But out here in Texas, North Texas area, they're creeping kind of down, right? So they done knocked it down. We was up to like four, I think it was like 487. But I just want y'all to see something because something came to me, but it could be anything. But then I don't take it as anything because sometimes my clarity and my view of things is very, it's like, what would I call it? I could be wrong, but I would also say like the inside. I don't know, but noticing that the numbers have been going down. We was at 487, now we're down to 388. You understand? But even though feeling it that was a burden, because it probably was a burden on some people that is already in situations are already struggling, but knowing that that's a part of life, you understand? But getting over that hump to say, okay, it's a relief. Gas prices is going down. 384. I can deal. It's not. But then now they put us on high risk. They put us on. It's alert. COVID numbers is rising. Oh, so many people is getting hospitalized. Make sure you wear your masks again. It's like you can't win for losing. You know, it's so many things that you lay upon us, but how much can we really take? You lay upon us to see if we'll break with the gas prices, but so many of us is still striving. You understand? Still stepping no matter what you lay upon us. It'll never be whole. It'll never be a straight line. It'll always be a curve somewhere in there, but it depends and it determines how much power do you have? How much strength and how strong are you to, even though I see a curve, I'm going to continue to walk straight. I'm going to continue to see this in the best way that I can. Then I will go and I will say, okay, COVID numbers is back rising. North Texas, the outer Terrence and the outskirt of North Texas. We on red, high risk. So then I say, you give us a little relief and now you up something else. But then I will also go and say, it's a control thing. If they can't control us one way, they try to control us another way. You understand? Because it doesn't make sense to me when the prices was high. Well, for our area, you understand. I can't talk about no other state, or I can only talk about where I am. Was high. We wasn't hearing nothing about no COVID because see, they already laid something heavy upon us. They gonna struggle with these gas prices, but now we're gonna bring them down a little bit, but we gonna make something else rise. That's why I say pay attention and stay woke. And then that's where I also go sometimes when I say it's what we eat, it's what we put in us, it's true. It's true. Because when I feel, and I'm just saying I feel because y'all might not agree, y'all might not see it how I do, but this is what I see, this is how I feel. They know some of the foods that we like. You understand that we like to eat. But the things that I can place inside them. Because the thing of it is, they don't want none of us to have clarity or understanding. Maybe some of us, but not all of us to have clarity and understanding. So that is why so many, I would say chemicals and bad things is to mess up your clarity, mess up your thinking, messing up you having that strong insight to see some things for what it is. Some things for what it is, and then I will go back and I will question all the vaccines and stuff that they give us. What are you truly giving us? Because it's not helping absolutely nothing. You understand? And that's just my insight on certain things. But with saying all that, now I jump back to say, love yourself as you are. And I continue to say love, y'all, because I hear so many people saying how they don't love themselves and how they accept a lot of things because not loving themselves. And not loving themselves, sometimes they don't know what love to accept. Sometimes I would say you accept the wrong love because you don't even know the true love within yourself. You understand? Okay, I'm back. So remember that, okay? So remember that if it's a struggling day where I am so weak and I'm so broken because I don't like what I see. I don't like my appearance. You understand? Never liked my appearance. All that I can identify about me is my flaws, my imperfections. My imperfections because I never conceive perfection. Well, none of us will ever be perfect. There's so many people that go out and they have surgery, get their body done, get it the way they want, and guess what? They're never satisfied because none of us will ever be perfect. Will our life ever be perfect? No. Will our situations ever be perfect? No, because perfection is just not what it is. You understand? But I will pour more into myself. I will continue to, I would say pour the love. Okay. So when I'm pouring love into myself today. Okay. I'm not pouring strength. I'm pouring love into myself today. I'm pouring love into myself because I need to love me first. I need to start loving me first. And I think even having foundations, and I always say foundations is like your household, your family members, your kids. We can love them so deeply, but we can't forget about the love for ourselves. And that's where I go, just like I said, okay, I needed a break. I needed a break, not really needing a break, but I needed a break to just pour into myself. You understand? Not sit here and stress and worry about my baby, or sit here and stress and worry about everything else. I just need to focus on me. I just need to focus on me. Pour into myself. You understand? Because I also think with me getting on here doing HerSheMe, and it might stop again. I gotta clear some out. Doing HerSheMe, I have to pour into myself to come on here and speak good to y'all, to pour into y'all. You understand? So that's where I have to be full in order to pour some into y'all. But where I would say I would have to what was I saying? Go back and pour into myself again, because I know I was full, but I had to pour a little bit into y'all. Okay. So it brought me down, brought me a little low. But then I take the time out to, okay, let me feel myself, pour back into myself again. Because that same love that I'm pouring into myself, the same, I would say, strength I am pouring into myself, the same accountability that I am pouring into myself of being accepting, pouring into myself of understanding, pouring into myself of being a better me, and I would say pouring into myself of being help. You understand? Then when I come to y'all, I'm pouring the same thing over to y'all. Um, so that was basically it on that, y'all. So just love yourself, okay? Love your imperfections, because that what makes you perfection, no it or not. You understand? Because you will never be perfection, but my imperfections of me being imperfect makes me perfection. So when I look in the mirror, I am perfection, because I love all my flaws. I love everything about me. And that will continue to strengthen. And I will also say, whoever is dealing with low self-esteem, let's bring that self-esteem up. Let's get it where it needs to be. Why are you feeling the way that you feel? What is it? You understand? Is it something about it that you can actually put in the work to do different? You understand? Is it, I have low self-esteem because of what? Because of what? A lot of people would say, my weight. Start a journey, start a process. You understand? Jump on it. Make some adjustments, make things happen. You can always turn it into perfection in your eyes. You understand? Anyways, y'all, how did we wake up on this day, on this beautiful Wednesday? Okay, amazing Wednesday. I hope we woke up and we recognized something about ourselves, acknowledge something about ourselves. Not only acknowledge something about ourselves, but face something on this day. Say, you know what? On this day, I'm going to face this. We're going to face this to start kicking this out the way. No longer will you be kicking me back, but I'm going to have to kick you out the way on this day. What did we do to address it? Write it out. Talk it out. I say, speak out loud. Be loudly heard. You understand? Because no matter what situation you are in, there's somebody out there that's going through that same thing that you're going through. You understand? So you are never alone in no situation. No situation. Um, till we wake up and say, on this day, I'm going to give something different than I have on any other day. Um, Also, I want to say everybody that has start working on change, start trying to do things different. And that's where I would say transition. You understand? If you was in fear of transition or fearing, and I would say sometimes, what do I say? We fear change for better because we're so used to the norm. You understand? We're so used to the element that we are in. So when it comes to something that I am not used to, something that I don't know, I can't, I have no say or control over it, but I know it's changing me for the better. I don't know how to accept that. So the ones that allow accepting and not being in control, and I would say flowing freely within my change. Give yourself a pat on the back. Because once you step into it, you see, what was I fearing? Why was I fearing this? When deep down, it's like I'm resuscitated. You understand? It's like, where have I been? It's like, now I can clearly kind of see my way. I can relax. I can allow myself to be comfortable within this transition, within this change, within this difference. You understand? And that's anything within your life. Start a new job, move into a new environment. You understand? Building a new foundation, going to school, whatever it is. Don't be afraid of change. Change for the better. You understand? Sometimes when we can't identify the unknown, or what's going to happen next, we start to fear it. But sometimes we just have to close our eyes and just allow to be led into whatever it is we're about to be led into, where we're going on this path, on this process, on this new journey. You understand? And then once you start and you get in it, the fear goes away. And then that's where you will question, why does fear always take place for the good? But then sometimes in bad situations, we don't fear it. We just jump in it, or we tend to just settle for it. But for the better, we fear, we're scared, I talked about that before. So give yourself a pat on the back. Nobody told y'all are amazing on this day. Tell yourself first, okay? And I'm also telling you behind that, you are amazing. Everything that you do and give is amazing. It might not be amazing to somebody else, but it's amazing to me. It should be amazing to you. You understand? Don't never underestimate what you are giving and what you are doing. And don't never wait on somebody else to praise you. Praise you first. Give your own self a pat on the back. Motivate yourself first. Okay? Because it starts with you. It starts with you and it's going to end with you. Anybody can give you a little, but it's still going to take you, and it takes you to finish. It takes you to complete. It takes you to achieve whatever it is. Take them backpacks off. Give it a rest. Okay? We don't have to face things every day. Take it off for today. Okay? Relax for today. Relax and get your mind and your mental together. Okay? And start over tomorrow. It's a new day. Today is a new day. So I'm not going to bring all my problems over on this day. I'm going to try to enjoy this day. I'm going to try to enjoy the beauty that I see, even though it might not be so real, but I'm going to try to enjoy it. And I'm going to try to walk in my strength on this day, even though I feel so broken and I feel so weak. I feel so helpless. But it's the power that's within me that is not going to allow me to be powerless on this day. Okay? HerSheMe. HerSheMe is me. HerSheMe is you. HerSheMe is us. I read one comment, and y'all know when I came on here before and I was saying, HerSheMe can mean so many different things to so many people. So you use it how you want to use it. However it applies to what you are given. But where did I write it? The true definition of HerSheMe. I will be doing a reading on that. Y'all know I already put a little short true definition of HerSheMe. I am who I am. Okay. I am who they thought they would never see. You understand? Sometimes in life we get it confused. We get it confused of what we see. Okay. But it's about the inner you. It's about changing. It's about growing. It's about landing. Okay. We can't. I would say we can't be blinded by what we see. And I will also say sometimes on social media and this and that, we can see the good, but behind all that, we don't know what's really real. You understand? So remember that, okay? So don't ever try to compare, because I know a lot of people can do comparing. But what are you comparing to when it could be just like whatever it is you dealing with or looking at or whatever? You understand? No comparing. Um, yeah, that's the ending that I wanted to say was basically definition of HerSheMe. It's more to it, but I would do it in a reading. Set yourself free and allow them to see. Okay, allow them to see what it's really going to be. You understand? Some people try to pick you apart. Some people try to identify what you're given, or and deep down they really don't know, because I think, as I always say, within the seasons, within the months and the years and even days, we're changing. Even right now at this moment while I'm speaking to y'all, I'm changing. You understand? Something about me is changing. Um, this is the talk and the walk of the better me, the greater me, the higher me, the understanding me, the letting go me, the more positioned me breaking free. I am who I am, true definition. Never be blind by what you see. It's the greater that lies. And I would not only say within me, but within everybody. You understand? That's it, y'all. That's all I want to say on this day. Okay? And remember, your perfections is your imperfections of being imperfect that allows you to love you as perfection. You understand? I may not see perfection, but I am perfection with being imperfection with being imperfect. I love it. Okay? I love it. You shall love it too. And continue to build you and work on you each and every day. Okay? Whatever it is that's around you, anything that's draining you, taken away from you, I would say anything that does not serve or benefit you, that cannot help you, kick it out. You understand? I'm trying to change something here. And I can't change something when I have things around me that does not help my change. You understand? That does not benefit what I'm trying to do. Kick it out. Okay? Anyways, y'all, that's it. HerSheMe, it's me. HerSheMe, it's you. I was going to say something else, but I don't have nothing to say. Continue to have a good, blessed rest of your Wednesday on this hump day, this amazing day. If you're feeling down on this day, hold your head up, okay? Hold your head up. It's going to be okay, okay? Remember, we are powerful. We are powerful than we think. Sometimes we are powerful than what we actually give on a day to day. We have the strength and the power already instilled within us. But somewhere in there, I have to find it. I have to find it in order to give it. I have to find it in order to stand on it. Believe in it. That we are powerful. We are powerful than we think. You understand? HerSheMe, it's me. HerSheMe, it's you. HerSheMe, it's us. Don't understand how you do it to me.